All right. Welcome back. So the story continues then. For those people who want to understand exactly what it is that we're talking about, we are talking about women in a business. And today we do have the CEO and founder of Bright Steps car hire company right here within the city. Fantastic. So let's continue with the story. So now you decided to launch the company. You launched it with one car.
One car, Suzuki SX4.
Okay.
I started with that car. It was a KCD.
Yeah.
So I really advertised myself to all my contacts on my phone book, Facebook, WhatsApp, and it's one car. So by the time I decided, now I'm starting tomorrow, that very morning I had a client in the morning who came and hired it. Then I had some few calls. You know, I had advertised me like I have 100 vehicles. And now I hired my car and I could use a matatu.
Yeah.
Because I knew giving this car 3,000 per day, bus fare I cannot use 3,000 per day.
No.
So you see, I've already started making an extra
That's it.
coin. And then I talked to some few friends. I'm very talkative actually. I come to Simba, I see your car parked outside there. I tell you, Simba, instead of you coming with a car in the morning, park it here, pick it in the evening, go with it home. Why don't you give me that car? I work with it and I will give you 40,000 per month. So you see, I've given you something to think about. I talk to so many people. In the evening, a lady calls me, tells me, by the way, I have 2 vehicles. I have a Honda Fit and I have an Insight. So she's like, I can give you one. I see how you will behave with it. I went for the car at night. 8 p.m. I was in her house. I took the car, come with it. Continued advertising myself.
Yes.
So people started asking for vehicles which I didn't have. So at least I knew the ones I had, they were going every now and then. And remember when I started, I didn't have muscles to hire any employee. I was just starting. So like changing the tires was me. Maybe somebody seeing me opening the car, feels for me, comes and changes for me.
Yeah.
Checking the oil in the morning,
was
you
you.
find me checking.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I
Yeah.
checked, but I was
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
But I started with one lady. She was my student. I told you I'm a lecturer.
That's it.
So I pulled her because I'm a mentor to many. So I was
Yes.
mentoring her, and at that time she needed something. So I started with her. So she was sitting at the reception, and me, I'm there taking the car to the car wash, doing there and there. But with time, after I got that car, the lady brought me the second car. So you see, now I have 3, because she had given me one. Then after I paid her for the first month, she gave me the other one. And then she talked to some people. So by the end of the month, I had, like, I think 4 vehicles. And remember when I started, I didn't even have rent for
That particular space, isn't it?
Yeah, I had talked to the landlord. And I always tell people, if you're doing business, confidence is one thing that will take you places. Confidence. Are you confident enough? So me, I could go to the landlord, talk with the landlord, tell him, don't worry, just give me this space. I will pay you, trust me.
Just like you did to
Actually, it
Simon.
reminds me today the way I started, and I'm like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
one people who really pushed me. You are my destiny connector. You pushed me up somewhere. So that's how I started the car hire. With 4 vehicles, you're good to go. At least I was able now to feed the demand.
That's it.
But in business, something that I've learned, whether it's new or it's old, never stop marketing your business. Marketing is
It's a
everything.
bigger aspect of how your business looks, isn't it?
Because now, when I started like that, I also talked to our marketer at Vision, because by then I had already joined Vision as a director.
Yes.
Vision is of professionals.
Yes.
I'm a director there. I had already talked with the marketer who was marketing for us, so he had taken the digital space for me. So he's the one who was advertising for me. Every morning, you could find like he has posted my business to like 50 groups. He has put in Kilimani Moms, Sijui Ngong, Sijui Rogai, Kiambu Market, Sijui whatever. So people knew about this thing, and people started calling. And that's how the car hire started.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So let's talk about how you've grown to where you are now. Would you consider technology, the system that you build, as one of those, I would say, boosters that helped your company shoot a bit faster than even your first client's company built?
Let me say, I will agree with you, because the controls and how you run your business matters a lot. For example, like I said, the digital marketing is the one that really played the major key factor to make you visible and people know what you are doing. So at least people knew there is this car hire at Ngara, Paramount Plaza. So people started asking more. Number two, you know, car hire is very risky. During my research, I found that, or I realized it is the most risky business a person can run. And that's why the person who I sought advice from, he's the one who told me, Wangeshi, wewe, you can die, unaweza kufa ama unaweza fungwa because of the risks involved. So my system really helped, because when you come to us to hire a car, we have to vet you seriously. We will take all your information, we will take your photo, you see, we will scan all your original documents, then save it somewhere. And then we will have to go visit where you work, we have to go visit where you stay. If you are walking, you cannot just come and we give you a car. So you know, that's what happens. That helped me, because when you hear I gave somebody a car, went with it. With the system I have and giving that to the DCI, they will get you wherever you are. We have your numbers, we have emergency numbers, we get a number of your close relative, you see. So looking for you or searching for you would be a big deal for DCI. So that's something that really helped me in that business. So the system and the way we vet people. You cannot just, if somebody refers to you to me, maybe you are my colleague and they know you very well, that one I can give. But if somebody I don't know, you just came in, you wanted a car, the vetting process will take some time. And if you're not comfortable, just come when you're ready. We do the registration and everything, then you will come hire a car when you're ready. Get the car. Because all criminals want vehicles for hire. All thieves want vehicles for hire. It has happened to me severally, because you know, you grow as time goes by. The mistakes I used to do when I started, I try sealing them every now and then. Like I used to lose vehicles, but at least every vehicle I've lost was able to be recovered, because I told you I had done research, I had a good system. So for DCI to get the vehicle was very easy. But you get the vehicle, by the time it's leaving your office, it is a KCR. By the time you are getting it, it's a KCL.
Whoa.
They've changed the chassis number, they've changed the engine number. Yeah, because they go by the write-offs. The car which has been, you hear it is write-off, the insurance pays, they will come by that salvage so that they can get the number plates, so that they can get the engine number, chassis number. So they will go look for a car which, you know, now the logbook reads fielder. So they will go maybe steal a fielder or hire a fielder. They will go cut the engine number, chassis number, they put what is in the logbook, change the number plate, change everything. So even if you are walking and found that car, you can't even know it's your car.
That's not my car.
Because they will do some changes here and there. So it has happened to me severally. I've lost vehicles which have been recovered. Some takes the vehicles, goes drug trafficking with it. Then you're called.
You're the owner of the car. They're like, why you dealing in drugs?
You know, sometimes whatever I face or whatever happens, I chose not to just as kitu inafanyika then nashtuka, or you're like, what am I going to do about this? You first sit down, breathe in and out, and you're like, okay, it happened. How am I going to handle this? And you relax. Because now when you put a lot of pressure in yourself, you start worrying, you start doing, you will never run business. Actually, I remember my accountant the other day asking me, Wangeshi, wewe kuna kitu inakushtuanga kwa hii dunia. Is there anything that makes you fear in this world? What? And I'm like, if I fear, will it give me the solution? I have to sit down and now start looking for solution. But another great thing that helps me in Kaha is working closely with the DCI.
That business needs that sort of a connection to government authorities, isn't it?
And I always tell business people, not only business women, but everybody who is running a business, be close with the authority. Don't treat them as if it's KRA, give them their due. If it is the county government, give them what they need. If it is DCI, be close to them. Know what you need to do. Make use of these government institutions, which will help you or boost you, move higher. Because on your own, you will not
you can make it, isn't it?
You can't make it.
Pretty much. Wanted to get your sentiments on what people say about car hire. And you correct it, tell us what is correct or not. They're saying now that with the introduction of these online taxis, the likes of Uber, the likes of Bolt and all that, that indeed car hire market is losing majority of its business. Is it true? Is it false?
What I can say, you know, our car hire and like the Uber, the taxis business is very different.
Yes.
Because for them, you order a car online, you get it. Us, it is self-drive.
Yes.
You come get a car, you go with it like it's yours. So this tax which is put on this online, the digital content, everything, for us, it doesn't affect our car hire. Let me clarify on that. But you know, the moment the taxes goes up in any business, not only in the Uber and wherever what you're talking about, anytime the taxes goes up, the person who suffers most is Wanjiko, or the ones tunaita hustlers. They are the ones who suffers most, because as a trader, what do? I will shift my tax to you.
So the customer.
So once I shift it to you, you're the one who will be bearing the tax burden. Because, for example, if maybe I was selling something to you, or maybe to order that car, you are paying 1,500, and now have been given a tax, for example, 70 shillings. Instead of me now bearing that burden, I will push it to the final consumer. So at the end of the day, the person who suffers most is the final customer. Because even if it's me, a shilling has lost its value. I'm selling food. I use that example. I've been selling a plate of chips at 100 shillings. The moment the tax goes up, and to bring that sack of potatoes has gone up because of tax, I will not continue selling that plate of chips at 100 shillings. I will sell at 120. That 20 shillings is the tax effect. So I'm pushing it to you. So if it is not food, or it's something you can do without, customers opt not to. For example, right now many people are not using sugar. They've opted to take tea without sugar. So at the end of the day, as a trader, I lose because I pushed it to them. I will lose. And once I lose that, you see the government also loses tax, because I pay them tax on what I sell. So at the end of the day, that's what we are trying to say. These taxes are affecting businesses, and by affecting businesses, the government is losing more tax than what they have been adding to us. Because, for example, VAT, it is charged on sales. So if I sold 2 million, I'm paying 16% of the 2 million. But the moment I've lost my customers, that 200 now, instead of making that 200,000 as sales, I've made 50. I will pay 16% on 50. Who has lost? See, the government has lost. Because they may opt, I don't have to use this for now. Let me wait until things are better. So all businesses are affected, and we lose customers, our sales goes down. And that's why I also appeal to the government, telling them, when you're introducing this tax, seek for some more information from experts, so that you can tell. At the end of the day, when you do your computation, you may find you have lost more. By increasing that tax, and me losing sales, you are losing more tax at the end of the day. So businesses have been affected, not only car hire, but even other businesses. By taxes going up, we are forced to raise, because we are shifting the tax burden to the customers, and we lose customers in the process. So our businesses are affected. Like, I think it is on Sunday, I went somewhere, I do buy vegetables and so. And when I went there, I found like, Kwani, today it's not a marketplace. It did change. I talked to someone and he tells me, no, people are not bringing things because they are very expensive. So what happens to the economy?
You're essentially, whatever you want to gain from taxes, again, you're essentially losing it by killing these businesses, isn't it? All right, other than you having, I would say, a tax background, which essentially exposed you to the business environment because you work with businesses. Is there any quality that has seen you drive up your career ladder?
Okay. Career, now you're talking about my tax consultancy?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, let me say, as a tax consultant, the ones who are in, you know, everybody specializes what they want. Maybe you did journalism. And every day you must look for something that will make you better. We call them CPD. CPD hours, we keep getting them. CPD is where it is continuous learning, where you don't stop. Just like last week I was in Mombasa with ISPAC for a whole week. Because I want this CPD, you keep learning every now and then to make yourself better, to make you stand out. Because even in business and even in profession, what will make you stand out from the other person? We are so many, but what will make you stand out? What will make you stand out is to make sure you keep working on yourself. For example, if it's like that finance bill that is out, be the first person to go through it and give your opinion and see what can I contribute.
That's it.
And then if it is learning, everything keeps changing. Are you learning? That's why as professionals, we keep learning. Every now there's virtual learning, there's online. You do a lot of research, keep searching here and there to make you stand out better. So that even now when people see me, they see tax, as in they know Wangeshi, she's a tax guru.
She's a tax
That's
guru,
what they formed
it?
in their mind.
Yeah.
Not that I'm the best. There are
That's it.
others who are better than me.
Yes.
But the way I present myself, the way I keep doing my things, if you go to my social pages, what am I doing? Do I talk about tax? By there I have a page, CPA Wangeshi Waroe, and every time, even when the finance bill is out, I'm there to comment, to give my feelings, to explain here and there. So you see, people knows and they want to learn more from you. When somebody comes from you to you, you help them. They tell another person and another person. So to grow your career, you cannot just stand there. For example, Simba, once you're done here, what do you do to make sure you will shine more than the others? Because even in the media industry, you see people know this, but what do you do about it? Even if you're not here, can you do something, even social media, nini, do something, create something, let people know you. Because once you're visible, once people know about you, you will make it. And then they will know you better and they will like, oh, you have any tax issue? Madam Wangeshi is the best.
That's one they will show.
You want to do a documentary?
Yes,
Simba
Simba
is
is
there.
the
You see, but how will people know about you if you're not out there selling out yourself?
Pretty much. So there are a lot of women who are looking at you right now, and I want to talk to the girls as well, the ones that you'd essentially like to mentor, speak into them. I mean, you don't just come as the CEO of Bright Steps Car Hire, that you still come in other fashions as well. You essentially just decided to build your career and also build your businesses out of your career. Is there a limit to how far women can go in this country in as much as business and careers are concerned? I was just talking to you about how majority of businesses for women, and I was looking at the UN report that was, I think, published last year. That was saying that majority of them do not essentially grow beyond their boundaries. The sense of you don't find women-run businesses that are growing beyond Kenya, that are growing beyond East Africa, that are growing into the world. That if you look at the top 500, probably from Africa, you'll find that they are male-dominated. What is this magic bullet to building your career and excelling in business as well?
Let me tell you, it's a matter of time that report is going to change.
Yes.
Because as women, and like you told me, the women who are listening to me, number one is self-belief. Do you believe that you can conquer? Do you believe that you can make it? Are you consistent in whatever you're doing? Because consistency is key. Because today you cannot give me quality services, tomorrow you are not. Or you feel like I cannot move outside the country because I believe the way I am, like I told you, I have that go-getter spirit. And what pushes me, it is to believe that whatever that person can do, I can even do it better. I can even do something that people thought it cannot be done. Because in this thing, so long as you're in business, and I say there is no limit for me, because like now, by the way, I wear many hats. I'm a lecturer, director, visionist of professionals. So from 4 leavers come to vision.
Yes.
I have car hire business.
Yes.
If you're in Kikuyu and surrounding Ruthigiti, Kamango, come buy things from Bright Step Supermarket.
That's it.
I'm a tax consultant. Have any tax issue, I will handle it. But how do I run all these things? You run these things by trying also to mentor other people, your employees. I come employ you. I see the potential in you. I will try and build you up. Run this business for me. All I need, let me come give the inputs and everything. Do you have the right team? Do you have the right people who are leading this team? For example, now I can go somewhere for a month and sleep and people wonder, do you even have time for yourself? And sometimes I see like, I don't even do much during the day. Car hire has somebody who is leading. Go to the supermarket, has somebody who is leading. Go to the college, there are leaders, departments, people who are, but how do you put your structure? Do you have organograms? How do you run that business? Because the moment you are in it, mine, I tell them, is to think of starting another business. I want to create employment. I want to have more people in my bracket. somebody who can come learn from it. And even funny thing with me, if somebody comes tells me, now I feel now I can go alone, you support them, encourage them, give them the steps, and you move on. Because I always say, never ever fear competition, but mind what you give to your clients. And for you to grow big, 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 the key thing here is integrity. How is your integrity? For example, car hire businesses, many car hire businesses, like I told you, they couldn't go beyond 3 years. Why? Because integrity is lacking. The moment Silver brings his car to me, I'm working with it, and I'm supposed to pay you by 5th. And that 5th comes, you don't see your check. The other month comes, you don't see your check. What happens? You pull your car.
You pull it.
And then that car, by the time you are picking it, you find it is in a very bad state. So for me, I do not take what is not mine. I really work hard for what I have. I'm a self-made person. And I really thank God for being with me all through. Your integrity. Give people what is theirs. Do not like shortcuts.
Yes.
That's why you hear my business are steps, step by step by step by step. Because the moment you run for shortcut, you will make so many mistakes.
Yes.
And you will find yourself failing in business. So breaking forth and becoming a very big person, it is not a magic. Because, for example, now the business is the way they are running. Right now, I was thinking of even breaking, find yourself in Uganda, go to TZ, go where. By the time, the next time we're having a sitting here, I will be telling you something new. That's the belief I have in myself. Yes, and I believe I have what it takes. It is just change of mindset. You may have all what is needed, but if you stick there and you don't change your mind and see yourself making it and breaking forth and seeing yourself on televisions, maybe people never thought. Me, I used to see myself in television when I was still small, but now I've gone to all television.
You're here today.
Change your mindset and believe in yourself. And every day when you wake up, ask yourself, what am I doing to get there? And even as you're getting all this money and your businesses, you're becoming successful, how many lives are you touching? Have you touched any lives? For example, me, somebody paid for my school fees. I pay for people's school fees, and I'm comfortably doing it, and I will continue doing it until I find myself taking more than 100 kids to school. That Wangeshi, and that's what is pushing me to work harder. That is my motivating factor.
So then, I'm even afraid then to ask you the next question, because essentially you've painted the picture, Wangeshi. if I meet you 5 years from now, let me just put this question differently. Am I going to see you in different businesses or in a completely different line? Because when I talk to you, I still feel like your mind is still seeking. Your mind is still wanting to solve issues around you. Am I going to see you in a different business line, or whatever it is that you've started right now is essentially going to be you, but in a better position 5 years from now?
I have a lot of potential in me, and I feel I've not utilized it fully. The businesses I have in 5 years to come, they will be the busiest businesses in Kenya, not only in Kenya, but we may have gone beyond in East Africa. That's my. And number two, I will have also started other businesses that will be running in 5 years. Remember this day? Today is Tuesday. Date 29.
29th of 2023.
5 years to come, I will not be where I am. And apart from that, you may find me in a higher position than the way than today. Yeah, where I will be having my foundation, my everything, doing it. I want by the time I'm leaving this world, I will have utilized that potential and what God has given me. I say like Monroe, I want to die empty after have utilized everything that is in me.
I mean, what a better person to talk to this morning about women in business. It's been an hour conversation. I can't believe we've run out of time. You sat here, been learning throughout. It's a thing. And they say that indeed women in business in the country and in Africa as well, they are making steps. But then if there's going to be a reference point, then Miss Wangeshi right here could be the right person that you're looking at as a woman now, and not just not as a woman in the country, but also as men in the country, and exactly what excellence in career and business can get you to. For those who are wondering where she is, just Google Bright Steps. Anything under Bright Steps, then you will see exactly that her name is essentially
Wangeshi
attached
Waroe.
to it. Wangeshi Waroe. Guess what? Thank you very much for coming by.
Thank you
It's
so
been a
much.
fantastic
Thank you so
conversation.
much.
Whew. For those who are looking for cars, just go online right now and go to Brighter Steps car.
And the one who want
hire.
to bring their
That's it.
vehicles.
Oh yeah, even those who have cars and they're wondering where to take them, yeah, go right there on the portal, on that system. You're gonna fill a couple
Yeah,
of forms in there,
Bright Steps
get in
Car Hire
touch,
Services.
that's it, and then after that, get in touch with her and then see exactly how it goes. Guess what? For me, I've taken a lot of lessons. I'm also building that journey. Guess what? Story for another day. We end it here on the Morning Drift. I'll see you tomorrow for another edition of this particular session. So goodbye and good morning.